Alumni Association under the patronage of Dr. Sangeeta Rawat. Dean, St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital welcomes you to this session of Reminiscences. Now, I would like the tech team to play the video about the Division of Medical Humanities. State GS Medical College and KEM Hospital will be celebrating its centenary soon. As we prepare for the centenary celebrations, we have two special messages. First, from our Dean, Dr. Sangeeta Rawat ma'am, and one from Dr. Vinita Puri ma'am. I request the tech team to please play the two videos.
It is the students' past and present that makes our college what it is. So, as our twin institute moves towards the centenary year, we wanted to give a virtual platform to every members and every batch of GSMC to share their fondest memories of their college. Their thoughts and emotions will be preserved forever in the form of these reminiscences. The following is the GAA membership form. To remain connected to our alma mater and informed about activities in Korea, including its centenary celebration, we request you to become members of the Gosunion Alumni Association, the official alumni body of Sage GSMC. All the details on how to become a member and this membership form are available on KEM website. All those who are not members are requested to please visit the KEM website. We'd also like to take a moment to introduce you to the student volunteers and our tech team who coordinate the events. So for today's meeting, I, Saud Nasser, and my co-volunteer Sujal Pawar will be coordinating the meeting, and the tech team, which will be coordinated by Mr. Badal. Mr. Badal will be coordinating our tech team today. Now, I request the batch coordinator to take over the meetings. Dr. Rohan Mitkere, sir, you can proceed now.
Hello, Rohan.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Natarajan, sir. He has organized so many reunions virtually, though. But I have seen videos of few batches like 1947 batch. He has organized reunion program for the same, and for multiple batches also. And this program, which or this initiative which he has taken, is really tremendous. And everyone from our community of GSMC are getting connected nowadays. So because of this initiative, so I would like to thank Dr. Natarajan sir for the same. Hello.
It's a team
Yes, sir, we can
activity.
hear you.
Yeah, please go.
Yes, sir. So basically, it was a great experience in our GSMC. Like I have seen the questions which you have told me or sent me, like how I got into this institute or how I chose this profession, medical profession. So basically, I was a small town boy and I came from a village near Pandharpur, and I got this opportunity to get into this prestigious institute, State GS Medical College. And basically, in my family, there was no one was doctor, and my told me so to study better for becoming a doctor. So I got into this profession due to my dad. And once our counseling process started, like admission process, I came to KM before our allotment, before I got this college, to inquire about whether I will get into this college or not, because I had heard about this institute since so many times from so many people. So I was eager to get into this institute. So me and my dad went to the clerk in our college, and he told us that you will definitely get this institute. So we were very happy and excited to get into this. Then later on, like how I chose this college, because it is obviously the first topmost college, medical college in Maharashtra, and almost among the top 10 institutes in all over the country also. So it is a privilege for me to have got into this prestigious institute, and also I have completed my PG in forensic medicine in the same college only. So now the coming to the next is like what was the next question, sir? Can I get the question, sir? Like then I can answer accordingly, and others also from my batch will answer.
Uh, we can proceed with the questions like why did you choose State GS Medical College? as your first choice to
Like
that
that, I
place?
told these questions. Like, what is the third question? What was it?
What was your first impression of St. J's Medical College and KM Hospital? And how did it change? Was it
When
the
I
same?
when I got into this institute and I came to visit the hospital and medical college itself, firstly I went to that Katta, which was very famous. Nowadays it is not famous, I think, because nobody talks about KM Katta nowadays in recent batches. So initially when I got into the institute, like जैसे movies में थ्री इडियट्स में वगैरह कैसे हॉस्पिटल कॉलेज बिल्डिंग्स वगैरह रहते हैं एकदम प्रीमियम बिल्डिंग्स, बहुत सारे लोग हैं, सिस्टमेटिक वर्किंग पैटर्न है, सब चल रहे हैं, सब अपने अपने काम में बिजी है, वो सब देख के आई वाज लाइक, एंड कमिंग फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन आई वाज लाइक कि oh my god, so many people working in systematic order and everything. I was very like nervous initially. Then later on I got to know about the katta. Then I went there. I saw my seniors sitting there and they were asking us like first year है क्या. Then now फिर जैसे बेसिकली इंट्रो रैगिंग वगैरह तो सब बंद हो गया था, तो बेसिक इंट्रो वगैरह हो गया हमारा, उसमें हमारे सीनियर्स से इंटरेक्शंस वगैरह हो गए. उसके पीछे ये बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट है. बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट पहले थोड़ा सा अलग था, मतलब लाइक मैट वगैरह जो है ना अभी वो नहीं है. पहले जैसे उधर डिप्रेशन था, जो नीचे वाला पार्ट है जिधर फुटबॉल का भी जो बनाया है वो कोर्ट, तो उस ग्राउंड पे हमारे जीएसपीएल एंड ऑल क्रिकेट टूर्नामेंट्स होते थे. एवरी ईयरली क्रिकेट टूर्नामेंट्स वी यूज्ड टू ऑर्गेनाइज. Then we used to play with all our seniors from various batches. Like शाम को 4 बजे बज गए, सारे लेक्चर्स वगैरह खत्म हो गए, तो सब लोग हमारे बैच के मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल फ्रॉम आवर बैच वर इनटू द क्रिकेट. सो सब लोग मोस्टली ऐसे ग्राउंड पे चले जाते थे, क्रिकेट खेलते थे पूरा अराउंड 7-8 तक. तब तक तभी तो वो टाइम पे लाइट्स वगैरह नहीं थे ग्राउंड पे, और वाईजीबी सर अलाउ भी नहीं करते थे. वाईजीबी सर हमारे टाइम पे वार्डन थे हॉस्टल के, तो वो अलाउ नहीं करते थे, अंडर लाइट्स नहीं खेलना है, नॉइज नहीं करना है, ऐसे बहुत सारे रेस्ट्रिक्शंस. तो इट वाज लाइक अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस फॉर मी एंड एवरीवन फ्रॉम आवर बैच.
Other members also can speak up, please. Their experiences. Yeah. Okay, one at a time.
व्हाट सर?
Yeah, other batchmates of yours who are in this meeting and also express their viewpoint
Yes.
one at a time.
Yeah, like parallelly,
Yes, right, sir.
everyone could share their experience.
Yes. Dr. Akash Shude is here.
Hello, hi everyone. I am Dr. Akash. I after my MBBS, I completed radio diagnosis in SciEN, and now I've been practicing. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity. It's a very different experience. I, frankly speaking, never expected a reunion of my batch or to happen so early, because at this point everybody is pretty much busy with their lives. Everyone is doing something or the else, settling into their careers, families, etc., etc. But this virtual reunion thing that we have started, that not Natarajan sir has started, is something which is, I feel, it's a wonderful initiative. The fact that we are able to connect in spite of being so far in different cities, it's really great. And I after my UG, I stayed in Mumbai for like around 6 years, completing my PG and learning later. And as I realized that slowly, the number of people who are there from my batch, they slowly, somebody went here and there, everybody went for further education. And by the time I was done, like last year, only hardly like 5-6 people were left, out of which 3-4 were there still in KM. And still, I used to go meet them sometimes, and it all comes as a nostalgic flashback. Everything from the first year dissection tables to the second year AIMS trip and all the trips that we took. Then one more thing I would like to tell is that even though there were always groups, like there were localites, hostelites, PMtites, there were always groups in technicality. But at the end of the day, as a batch, it was pretty much united batch, I feel. Like I felt that I could connect with majority of people, irrespective of whichever place they came from, whichever place they went. Eventually, some of them out of 180, 5 people choose not to pursue careers in the medicine side, and they went into totally different parallel streams. Some went into research, some went into UPSC preparation, etc., etc. And yet, the connection is still as strong. And as I grow older, I realize that even though like people from my batch right now are in very different places, not even India, like some are in the States, abroad, some are settled somewhere else. But I still feel that strong sense of connection I have had from my UG days with them. And I think it's a really good experience. Uh, थोडं मराठीत बोलतो आय डोंट नो इट कम्स व्हेरी नॅचरली ती नाळ अजूनही खूप घट्ट आहे ती जी बनलेली आहे त्या 5 वर्षामध्ये ती अजूनही घट्ट आहे वास्तू जरी बरीच बदलली नवीन बिल्डिंग आल्या नवीन हे आल्या तरी द मेमरी कलेक्शन जे आहे इट इज स्टील व्हेरी मच स्टील फ्रेश इन माय माइंड एव्हरीथिंग इज स्टील ॲज इफ इट हॅज हॅपन्ड yesterday. Everything. I'm not just saying the good things, the bad things, everything. And I miss KM a lot. And so now what happens is that I'm at that age. We are at that age where my I meet my batchmates only during weddings. That is the trend that it has become. And now the weddings too have started declining because majority of them are married now. So now each and every wedding is like a single opportunity for a batch reunion. Whatever happens in the wedding is something else is happening with the KM gang, where नवरा मुला नवरा मुलीला सोडून आपले हे सगळे KM चे लोक बाकीचे जे बॅचमेट्स आहेत सगळे धिंगाणा घालत असतात आणि it's like a small reunion kind of a thing, and I think that's something very funny. And I do hope that such virtual reunions keep happening. And I do hope that a majority of people join into these because, like, out of a batch of 180, today we are 15 people here. I feel that if we are more aware, maybe if we could, take some like give it a like little extra effort, not too much, maybe like 5-10% extra, then a lot more people could join. It would be a more wholesome experience. It would be much more memories could be relieved. It's like from 15 memory banks and from 180 memory banks, it's a very different experience. And eventually, these virtual reunions, I hopefully hope will culminate into a actual physical reunion because people have changed so much over time that some of us are even like even they'll even look very different from what they were in UG, let alone like their personalities have grown, characters have changed, and now it would be great to, once again see these people, meet these people. I in particularly remember there's this one thing we as a tradition we have, it's called a post convocation party. And after the convocation, everybody is really excited for this event and everyone, the localites, hostelite, everyone has their own preparation for it. And for us, we had booked this nice place on the outskirts of Mumbai, and everyone had gone there in a bus. And some of the people who had gone there in their private vehicles had even lost their way and ended up in Lonavala, and then they had come back all the way. And again, like I still remember that party that night very, very vividly. And it was kind of a farewell night for us because like we knew that eventually like the whole batch probably won't be reuniting in that manner for a few years at least. And it KM has been always been like it's a it's a treasure of memories. I would say I regret nothing. I would say I regret absolutely nothing. And I would say that I met the best people, the smartest minds, the warmest hearts, and the best of friends from K. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I don't have anything much more to say. I hope I hope that the spirit of KM has still continued. I've interacted up to 2 3 batches down, but I haven't been able to interact with those people who have 7 8 years down or something like that. So I hope that the spirit has still remained the same way it is, and I'm sure it must have. I'm sure it must have by the initiatives I see the people the younger people from KM that they're taking, and let it remain as it is. I feel like. Thank you so much, and yes, bye, goodbye. I'll hand over to Anshul. Maybe Anshul, can you take over? Can you share your
Yeah,
memories?
sure, sure, sure. So you have spoken about a lot of things, Akash. Um, Seriously, you say we had our reunion quite early. For me, it's like we came to KM in 2011. Now it's 2024. We came as boys and girls into this institute. Now we are just doctors. Many of us are practicing. Many of us are married. Right? Seriously, you said कई लोगों से we do meet them during the times of weddings only, and KM gang हमारा वो तो अलग हो जाता है. There has been a lot of memories that are there coming to KM GS uh, at the age of 18 from Rajasthan. For me, it's like it was the first time I had been out of my state. All my all of my education had been in Rajasthan only. Coming to Maharashtra, learning about Marathi culture, Marathi language, that was a little bit different. We used to say in Kala Chowki hostel, खाने को लेके problem कुछ ना कुछ होता है. We had lot of things happening. We made new friends, uh, PMTites, hostelites.
Chana bhai mess.
Yes, yes. And I do remember during the initial days, we had our groups, right? Um, Spanan was there, Abhishek Berry, and all of us were there. Nikhil was there in my batch, in my room. First year, the memories are there when you think about the times we have spent, how the first year went with our anatomy lectures, dissection halls, biochemistry, physiology. During the physiology lecture, we had to prick ourselves for the blood collections. So we would be dreading not to be late for the lectures and the. I think I remember this one time in the hostel. We had been playing Uno, I guess, and the people who were living in the opposite building had complained कि ये बच्चा लोग झगड़ा चिल्ला रहा है बहुत ज्यादा परेशान कर रहा है. And the warden came and just told us to stop doing that. That one time we had climbed the wall because we were locked out.
Time limit was there. Right. When was the last time you visited KM, bro?
For me, it has been like 6 years, I think now.
6 years.
Yeah, because after UG, I think bond के लिए I was there in Bhabha Hospital, Bandra. For around 1.5 years, I was there. After that, I came to Ranchi, and I have been practicing here only since then. So for me, I do miss many of my batchmates there. KM life. Rohan, you were telling me about the katta. Katta for us, it was like, नहीं वहां पे सीनियर्स बैठे रहेंगे, वहां पे जाओगे तुम्हारी बैंड बजेगी. I think Spandan, Adnan, and 3 or 4 of us were there, and we were caught by our seniors, and we were पूरा इंट्रोडक्शन लिया गया था. हम लोग बोला नहीं आज तो बैंड बजी. There were different times.
But it was in first year only. After second year, our batch took over
Yeah.
that katta. Then we
हाँ
used to there like after lectures and all, we used to
हाँ
go
हाँ.
on the and our BC gang also. The famous BC gang used to call juniors and take intros. It was a good
Yeah,
interactive time. It was
it
there.
was a good interaction. It was a good interaction. KM has taught us so many things, and uh, like during the introduction time, when we had our introduction in KM, I think they told us about the prices of the different tests that are there in biochemistry and pathology.
Right, right.
I don't think so any other colleges does so, and it becomes really apparent because when the type of settings do we work in, like in India, resources are very poor. You are uh, and if you are wasting your resources and doing multiple tests, not trying to pick up whatever is there in the test what you have ordered, for me it's like कि, uh, what are you doing? Why are you wasting resources if you are getting your salary at time? But do think about entire healthcare system, because
What was
right now,
your
as I'm
what was
sorry,
your first experience in the dissection hall?
sorry, कौन सा?
Like how were you feeling and while entering the dissection hall for the first time? What was you feeling? What were your feelings
Rohan,
that
I don't
time?
know what is happening. I think there is some network issues from your side or from my side.
Uh,
Uh, आवाज कट रहा है.
audible now?
First
अभी आ रहा है
impression
आवाज?
of KM.
हाँ,
Yeah,
dissection hall में
Medkari, the voice is getting cut off. The voice is getting cut off. It is echoing a little. Please check your net connection, Medkari.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
What
1 minute.
was the first
Hello.
experience
Is
while
it better?
entering, like while entering for the first time in dissection hall?
Uh,
Anshul?
Akash, is it better now?
Yes, your
Anshul,
voice
your
is better.
connection is fine. Anshul, your connection is fine. Rohan's
Okay.
connection is lagging a bit. You go ahead. You tell you the
I think
story of
he's
your
asking about
first
the
visit to
first time in
the
dissection hall. He's asking
to the
about.
dissection hall. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How are
Uh,
you, Purval? Good to have you here.
so this section all was
Yeah, bro.
altogether different game.
Can I add to the dissection hall, Anshul?
Sure.
I
Aishwarya.
think you will. Hi everyone. I am Dr. Aishwarya. I am currently a registrar in anesthesia in Nair. And yes, I dearly miss KM every single day that I work in Nair. And the comparisons have never been parallel. There is not a day when we have not tried comparing KM to Nair till date. And I am very sure that KM always will have a upper hand no matter wherever we go in our lives. The spirit of KM, the bonding that we created there, the friends that we made there, the overall experience in KM is unmatched. And might I tell you, I worked in BMC for a very long time after that. But the vibe that they say you have in KM is something you will never find anywhere else, for sure. Okay, just adding to Anshul's dissection hall memories.
नाही रे पाय हे झाला तुला.
I think we'll both share the same memories of the dissection hall. The one particularly, yeah, the same dissection group, the dissection groups that we had. So we happened to be in the same dissection groups, and on adjoining tables. And we would literally annoy each other by picking up fat from the dissection bodies and literally threatening each other to throw it on them. So that is one particular memory I really fondly remember. Aditya Rao is not here. Of course, he would remember. He has annoyed me for the longest time, just holding up the fat and trying to throw it in my face.
That's true. That's true.
I really remember this one core memory that is set in my head from the dissection hall tables. Of course, another very very core memory that we had was we had those huge groups that we made in our first years, wherein initially when there was not much the division of the groups had not happened very initially. That is what I remember in first year. We were all a very big group. I mean, I think 20-25 plus people in that group, all PMTites and localites, and people from interiors of Maharashtra. It was amazing meeting so many people, getting to know so many people. We all have been the nerds that we were. I don't think till our 12th standard exams, nobody must have, really went out as such. So those were the times when the 20-25 of us used to literally barge into places as crowds. And many of us will be remembering being thrown out of those places for making too much noise. One particular incident I remember is I think the Pizza Hut near Hind Mata.
McD.
Yeah, McD in Juhu. Of course, we had all gone there. I think I remember the very huge group that we had. Like Anshul was mentioning, like we were all a part of the same group. So we happened to go to Juhu as one of our first outings because everybody who was not from Mumbai always wanted to go to the beach first. So we remember going to Juhu there, and from there, with our legs soaked in sand, we entered a McDonald's right nearby. And we remember making so much noise that we were all thrown out of that place for making too much noise. So yeah, that's one core memory that I remember from first year. Of course, a lot of them after that, during Avishkar, watching those late night movies.
Yes.
Of course, censored, uncensored is what everybody will remember about. Because the late night movies were another thing during Avishkar, of course, and then playing badminton late into the mornings, like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning during Avishkar and otherwise also. And I mean, really, I must say that the bonds and the bonds and the friendships we made there. I mean, I have never been able to find them again ever. Like they remain with you for life, and I'm fortunate enough to be still in touch, still meeting up regularly with a few of my batchmates. And I must say they are still the closest people to me, and I'm very fortunate to be staying in Mumbai ever since, and still being in touch with a lot of people. I mean, fortunate enough to visit KM a lot of times since I'm right there in Nair. Very recently there was I think a competition that we came down for in KM, I think a couple of months ago. And of course, seeing the new infrastructure, the way the entrance has been decorated, it is very beautifully done up now. The Dean's Lawn, where we have most of our college days memories, seeing that and getting back to the same place, it was really amazing. Yeah, KM has shaped us in a lot of beautiful ways. I was a shy kid who never spoke up on stage. Of course, when I came to KM, I realized that I had another side wherein I could go up to stage and talk and have debates and do presentations. And I in the first year itself, I had gotten into a lot of trouble for being the editor of our college magazine and missing a lot of classes. So yeah, I fondly remember a lot of things from there. Of course, the friends and the parties, not the party, the typical parties that we do today, but of course the small parties that we used to do on the hostels or out on the katta, of course. So yeah, those are very very core memories that still stay with me. And yeah, not a day has gone where I have not compared or missed KM by being in Nair. So yeah, KM has always been special, and it'll always be special for me. Yeah.
I request Sejal. Are you there? Hello, Sunny.
Hi, hi Rohan, how are you?
Hi, Sunny.
Hello,
Where are you
Sunny.
from?
Welcome to the chat, and please tell us about your experiences in KM.
A
How was
lot
it
of
for
people,
you?
man. A lot of faces I've been seeing for I haven't seen for a long time, like really long
Right.
time, 6 7 years. Spandan, it's nice to see you, Sunny, man. Really.
So I feel that even if we didn't have an audio now, just the screens flashing out would be like I would be super happy. Like, हाँ
Yeah, yeah,
सगळ्यांचे
yeah.
चेहरे दिसतायत
That's true. That's
आता.
true.
सगळे बदलले.
True, I
Okay, okay. Go
request
ahead, Sunny.
everyone to
Tell us about.
please put on your screens. It'll be great to see everybody again.
Oh, Spandan.
Pandu.
Hi, media. Hi, everyone. It's fantastic actually seeing all of you here today.
यार
The
स्पंदन तो सेम ही दिख
memories.
रहा है यार अभी भी.
Huh?
अभी भी सेम ही दिख रहा है तू.
Pandu,
Thank you.
Spandan, you are
Maybe Spandan
exactly
hasn't
the
changed.
same.
Spandan
Like
hasn't changed at all.
nothing has changed. I think
I,
Spandan is eternal. He
Yes.
is like
Right.
KM. It is always be just like that. Nothing will change.
so, as everyone was talking, I remember that first day we walked in and we gave our joining. And after that, that first class in the MLT, the first
Yeah.
where we were first called as baby GSIs. I remember that excitement in everyone. I remember being late to that the first day, and Pooja is also here. Pooja Kimbavi, she was also late. We became dissection partners because we were all late, and Swapnil came together, and from there these memories began. Walking from gate number 1 up till the main boys hostel, the college building. Every time I go back, these memories come flashing back. Our infinite number of birthday parties, our games in the Dean's Lawn, uh, Avishkar happening, amazing memories, the arches. So much time has been spent at the arches. I now remember those arches are actually eternal. They
Exactly.
have, those arches have seen everything, they've heard everything. Our studies, our preparations for the various events,
Various
Avishkar,
exams.
Gosumec, those class trips that we used to take. Our batch was famous for taking trips somehow. I don't know, like like, we did more number of trips than other batches before us, and it was a wonderful experience. All doing it together. Uh, as Ashwarya said, we went to those. I remember that Domino's near the other. There was a theater.
Paresh. Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the theater now.
Premium. Premier. Premier.
Yeah, premium. So
Hmm.
those those walks, Kala Chowki Hostel, Chanabai Mess. I remember
Jana
how
bhai.
like 7 8 people used to sit together at Chanabai at one time. And
And always eat chana.
Chanabai was famous for giving chana regularly. That is how she got that nickname.
Daily.
Almost daily. So, and later I went to Kala Chowki hostel. I saw Kala Chowki entirely demolished.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
and my room and my bed were adjoining that wall, the building, the part of the building that remained. So there were a lot number of drawings drawn on that wall by our previous occupants of that room, and those drawings I could see from the outside. Those walls had remained. So such fun memories, such fun memories.
Uh, I think, do you remember your Holi in Kala Chowki when we celebrated the Holi in the
Yes, yes.
hospital? After that, we had
I I
walked back to the
always I
hostel.
always used to like run to Pune during Holi celebrations. I remember
Oh my God.
I was so scared of Holi. I was so scared of the wild way they played here. I
सबके church
literally used to
फाड़े
go
जाते
out of town during Holi for 2 days. So, but when I celebrated, then amazing.
That first year Holi where I think some of us went to the hospital, and after celebrating it with our seniors, we are coming back, and some of the local people were throwing atta and all the other things on us. And when we came back to the hostel, the people in the hostel poured all the water from the water cooler on top of us. So, so हो गया कि भाई कर क्या रहे थे तुम लोग? Those are still.
So KM has
It
shaped
was
us in many ways, in
Hmm.
so many ways, I would say. The people that we are today, everyone doing so well, uh, KM has been instrumental in that. And I think that is the spirit of KM in its entirety. The
Yes.
inclusiveness, it made us men from boys.
Right. That's true.
And the memories have like truly been a treasure trove.
Yeah. KM for me was it was such a melting pot of different cultures and different people from different backgrounds. No, some came from little villages and towns, other came from big cities. Some localites were there, and different states. So it was such a wonderful experience to get to know how how every like how different people and their thought processes and everything. So
Right.
that gave us a broader perspective of the world. I think.
Yeah, true. So
And
now next,
we
coming to the
cannot
next question.
forget Natarajan sir's Viva questions. That is like an absolute beauty in itself.
Yes, and
Uh,
also his lecture taking.
Absolutely,
Yes,
his
yes, yes.
style
It
of
was, it
lecture
was,
taking
yeah.
was so different.
Sir, do you still have the wrong ophthalmology spelling that I had written down on a chit for you? Because what I had heard is sir preserves every chit that you write down for him. And I fondly remember, like, for our first year magazine that we had, I had gone down. I mean, for the first time, I had made a point. I wanted to interview all the stalwarts from our college, of course. So I went down to interview Natarajan sir also, but I was so dumbfounded after that interview that yeah, I did not have I was so busy in the conversation that I did not actually try to record the interview or take down the questions. So eventually I had to scrap putting sir's interview in the magazine because the conversations were so interesting about the history of words and their meanings and everything else, that I was so engrossed in it that I forgot to take down that I was interviewing. It was rather like a very nice and thoughtful conversation. So I just forgot taking down notes for the interview, and I had to finally scrap putting sir's interview in the magazine.
Now coming to the next question we have is, which teachers impressed you guys the most and who left the mark on you, like indelible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
I remember YGV sir taking the lectures and session goals for our batch, and then later on we used to go to the dissection hall and do the dissection. So he used to tell how students reply in their vivas. Like he used to ask like which muscle does which actions. For trapezius, he used to say students if asked, then they used to don't like not used to answer properly. So I used to ऐसे ऐसे वो पूरा एक्शन करके बता देते। उसके बाद फोरेंसिक में जब भी अपने होते थे जर्नल चेकिंग एंड ऑल, उसमें वानखेड़े सर, गिरीश तासगावकर सर used to give 0.5 marks, 0.25 marks for vivas.
I remember one very bad viva with Tasgaonkar sir. Really bad. In this midterm, it was. I still have PTSD.
Right. No.
Actually, Sathe sir used to teach well also. I remember his lectures from second year.
Yeah, true. I remember my being in microbiology, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Used to not pay too much attention, thinking that, oh, it's not a very important subject. Of course, all of us had that thing about certain prejudices about certain subjects, wherein we used to really not pay attention to them. I very well remember Sate sir being a very sweet to all of us, actually sitting down and making us understand stuff. Yeah, I do remember Sate sir a lot.
Sate sir, Geeta Fatarfekar ma'am, Lakshmi Rajgopal ma'am, uh, they have all created a mark on all of us, I would say.
Khushale sir from Anat.
Kushale sir, Karnik sir in medicine.
Yes, yes.
I recently had
Bhuyan,
the
Bhuyan ma'am
opportunity to
has
meet
taught us
Shalagre
during
sir.
the Kalagre sir medicine.
Yeah.
Spandan, you're saying?
Yeah. So I was remembering. I was remembering our teachers and what amazing times we had. Honestly, those PSM visits were so much fun. So many memories come forward. I see other people also. Let's talk to other people. Some have switched off their video. Shruti, Surushe, Shruti, come up.
Shruti, Kailash,
Shruti, Nilesh.
Saif,
Saf's there.
Rohini,
Yeah,
Nilesh.
I think they might have. Okay, I can see Kailas, right? Kailas is there.
Yeah, Kailash is there.
Kailash is the most settled member of our group. We had this middle lobby floor lobby was there, and Kailash is the most settled, sorted person
That's true.
in our entire group, really. कैलाश ये ना रे बोल काहीतरी ठीक आहे अजून कोण आहे आपल्याकडे
I think Kailash was the first to
Nihil
get
joined for
married, no,
little
in
while,
our
I
batch.
think.
निशांत आहे ना निशांत गोब्बूर
Gobbur Nilesh right Nilesh
Yeah, Nilesh is not coming online.
okay Rohini Mirkute Pooja Kimbavi anyone is there Everyone seems to be passively spectating it a little. Like one of those COVID webinars you watch now. You put it and then you just go about doing your own cooking or whatever stuff. Lot of passive spectators in the house today.
Yeah, all of you can just comment and see it, so that then and now would be very clear. I mean, how far you have advanced. Each one of you, what you are doing now.
Like introduce yourself, like sir is asking. Where are you working currently?
Okay, so I will start. I am currently in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Nagpur. I am working in the Department of Pulmonary Medicine. I did my MBBS, then I went on to do MD, DNB, etc. And I got a chance to come back to Maharashtra via this Nagpur job, and I'm truly enjoying it. I had forgotten some Marathi. I'm getting it back. I was surprised to know how much I remember. So that has been fun.
फुरकान ने तो बहुत ज्यादा सीखी हुई है मराठी अपने इसमें.
Yeah, Furkan has been there. No, Furkan did his MS there. So
Yeah, that's true.
Furkan, I think he's in Nepal right now. He's doing a fellowship or something like that. I can't. Somebody told me, and I was like, कि Furkan Nepal गया. बाप रे.
फुरकान अपूर्वाई में आया था भाई. नेपाल तो जा ही सकता है.
Yeah, I just happened to meet Furkan in Nair a few days back. He was working in Nair in ortho.
Oh.
Yeah, he was doing his SR-ship there, right?
Yes, he was doing his SR-ship in Nair.
Right. So
Akash, where are you working now?
So I am working right now in Nasik. I am completing my UG bond at Civil Hospital Nasik, and then I have a couple of months of its left. And after completing my MD in Sion, I completed 1 year of bond there, and then I worked under a good person, under a good mentor in ultrasound for 1.5 years. Now I'm finally back to Nasik. I feel very happy, well settled in here, and this is the place where I belong.
I am currently working in BJ Medical College in Department of Forensic Medicine as assistant professor on regular basis. I got selected to MPSC. in August. I
What
joined.
is a non-regular basis then?
Like contractual thing.
Regular basis only, na? Or do you still bunk that
No,
also?
अरे वो contractual कभी रहता
I
separate रहता है.
I remember your FM paper का story, हाँ, Medkari. What you wrote in that forensic medicine ka paper and which was announced in front of the entire batch. Please tell us how that story went now.
वो
We want to hear it
वही
again
चीज
from
वो
your side. Please.
वैसे
From an AP, we want to hear it.
दो थे वो 2 टाइम लिखे थे मैंने. एक बार पीएसएम में लिखा था और एक सर्जरी में. सर्जरी के सदाशिव सर ने मुझे बुला लिया था वो सर्जरी के पेपर के लिए. लाइक उसमें कैसा था कि एवरी ईयर सर्जरी एग्जाम अपने सीनियर्स ने बताया था कि ओपन बुक होता है प्रीलिम सर्जरी का. तो मैं सोचा कि भाई ओपन बुक है तो फिर जाके देख लेते. पढ़ाई तो कुछ किया ही नहीं था, प्रीलिम था. तो गए एग्जाम में. तो उधर अपने केईएम के एक सीनियर थे, वो सर्जरी में एसआर करके आए थे केईएम में. तो उनको पता थी ये चीज, तो उन्होंने सबके बुक्स वगैरह निकाल लिए और फोन्स निकाल लिए और बोले कि अभी अपने जितना पढ़ा है उतना ही लिखो, क्योंकि मेन एग्जाम में आपको ऐसे लिखना पड़ेगा वगैरह ऐसे वैसे. तो सारे बुक्स वगैरह निकाल लिए. तो एक क्वेश्चन बचा था मेरा, ऑपरेशन कोई तो था. आई थिंक वो कुछ ऑपरेशन का नाम था, वो मेरे को पता भी नहीं है. तो उसमें मैंने डायरेक्ट स्टार्टिंग का नोट ही लिख दिया. लास्ट में था वो, लास्ट पेज में मैंने स्टार्टिंग ऐसे लिखा कि एवरी टाइम सर्जरी एग्जाम वाज कंडक्टेड एज ओपन बुक एग्जाम, बट दिस टाइम दे आर वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, नॉट and examiners are very strict, so I have written answers very grossly, kindly consider. And शिवड़े, ये जो जेजे में मैं लास्ट ईयर था, तो उधर जेजे के गेट 2 पे चाय पीने के लिए मैं गया था ब्रेक में. तो उधर सदाशिव सर एक्सीडेंटली मुझे मिले. उधर उधर सदाशिव सर ने, मेरे साथ एक एसआर था, वो चाय लेने के लिए गए. तब तक मैं वो एसआर को बताया कि मैंने ऐसा पेपर में लिखा था. तो सदाशिव सर वापस आ गए चाय लेके, और उन्होंने क्या लिखा था वो वर्ड्स, एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स में सर ने उसको बता के लिखा. एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स में, दिस इज नॉट एन इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्सिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, दिस वे ही स्टार्टेड. मेरा एसआर शॉक हो गया. 2014-15
Great.
मैंने उनको बस इतना बोला कि सर मेरे पेपर में क्या लिखा था ना वो इसको बता रहा था. तो ही स्टार्टेड.
So I in particularly remember the 21 store building ka terrace. The view from that terrace was something which I will never forget in my life. I will never ever forget the view from that terrace. I remember liking that terrace so much that one time, like ideally it was banned to go in that on that terrace due to some reasons, and we had the door was old, so we had kicked open the lock and broken it just to go on that terrace every day. I also remember the RMO hostel ka terrace. I have very fond memories with Dr. Kothari there. We have sat there for hours and hours at night and looked at the road in front with that street light on it and discussed about life. And I think we have discussed almost the entire phases up to where we joined our PGs. All that path has all been thoroughly discussed on those terraces. It was a very beautiful time.
Also sneaking into the like the terrace which is above our lecture halls in the college building. Of course, everyone will remember having photos, and finally they had to lock up that terrace because all of us used to climb onto the water tanks. So I still have
Yes.
I have
That's true.
the
That's true.
amazing pictures that I think I recently sent it to Anshul if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Anshul and Sahil Wagmare, both of them, I had just shared those pictures with very recently, wherein all of us had climbed onto the water tanks of the college building terrace and somehow managed to get pictures over there.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so I remember
You remember
we were chased away from those terraces as well, and finally they had to lock up those terraces because we refused to not go there.
Yeah, that's true. That was our hangout
Hangout
place
spot.
during the time of
Hangout spot.
Avishkar. And do you remember that connection between the main building and the CVTC building? We used to go on top of that connection and just click photos over there after jumping
Right.
from the window on second floor, I think.
Hmm.
That was something different. So, yeah, right now I'm doing senior residency in CIP, Central Institute of Psychiatry. I did my psychiatry from here only, and just in the next few days, I'm about to get married, actually.
Another reunion waiting to
Oh.
happen. Let's congratulate Anshul, everyone.
So, and after that, I'm planning to shift back to Rajasthan, uh, probably in Jaipur or whatever place I can look over there. It has been a long time. I have been out from my hometown now. It's like uh, 13 years. So now family is also like, nahi, ab to aana hai. Seeing all you people over here, Natarajan sir, it brings so many memories, so many memories. Uh, Now, when we were there in our UG days, we had some of our teachers. We felt, अरे यार क्या बता रहे हैं, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, सब ऊपर से जा रहा है. But now at coming at this point in our life, we do realize कि हाँ, whatever was taught to us, there was some meaning behind that. There was some great understanding from which that words are coming from. Probably we were not developed, mature enough at that time to grasp many of the things. But yeah, now we feel, हाँ क्या हुआ था फर्स्ट ईयर एनेट में, क्या हुआ बायोकेम में, क्या हुआ medicine, surgery, ENT. I remember Anamika, or we had our group in our opthal postings where uh, HOD ma'am was there. I am forgetting her name. She shouted at one junior resident, "You don't even know the name of your patient. You are just introducing your patient as a
Bhuiya,
patient."
Bhuiya, madam.
Bhuyan man, yes. So that thing still remains. Now, when I'm at the other side of the table, when I have to teach my juniors, and when they tell me कि they are looking at the pay files कि patient का नाम क्या है, तब लगता है कि यार that thing should be there. We should have understand at that point only कि हाँ, some things you should be remembering. Medicine, surgery, psych. I never paid much attention to the field of psychiatry during my time in UGs, frankly speaking. But after my UG was over, internship was over, I had been doing my bond, and I had been working as general medical officer, planning कि नहीं अब मेरे को जनरल हेल्थ केयर में जाना है. That time this thing came up, mental health, that is creating lot of problems. There are various stresses are there. uh, I remember during our time, thankfully there were no deaths of any student in our institute, but after that I think there was one or two. The stressors which are coming up, probably because of which I'm here in this field right now.
Due to you taking stress.
Huh?
Due to you taking stress, you went into this field.
No, not me taking a stress. If I'm taking stress, how I don't know if I can stay in this field for a long time. For me, it was like, कि नहीं, there are stresses there that needs to be addressed, and for me, that would be much better choice. Uh, that's why. But
अंशुल,
I think
मुझे याद है
for
तूने एक बार बाल बहुत लंबे रखे थे यार. तूने एक बार बाल बहुत लंबे रखे थे. And I think you have very good hair choices right now in life. You should continue with those only.
thank you, thank you.
Anshul's tiny face that I remember. Used to tie a small pony behind those long hair.
और ऐश्वर्या, तुम बोल रही हो कि है ना, यू वर अ शाय गर्ल, तुमने मेरे को तुमने और प्रोफेसर ने, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, यू मेड मी सिट इट बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ यू, और कितना मेरे को परेशान किया फिजियोलॉजी के लेक्चर में। लाइक कि नहीं, ये बहुत शाय है, इसको हम लोग इसके शायनेस से बाहर निकालेंगे।
तो हम निकल गए, तो तुम्हारा भी तो फर्ज है बाहर
तो
निकलना।
फायदा हुआ कि नहीं, फायदा हुआ कि नहीं अंशुल, उसका फायदा हुआ या
अरे
नहीं
हुआ
हुआ?
रे, हुआ रे, हुआ रे, मतलब there was some experience that were needed. Like Spandan said, we came out, we went there as boys and girls, came out as men. Some experiences are important. And I'm thankful to all my friends, all my teachers who were there, who shaped me into the person who I am right now. Because wherever I have went, this thing has always remained. Ki, yeah, KM was one of the best times of our lives. There are many things which many other institutes are there, but they are not teaching to their students that are there. We were fortunate enough to meet the people who we met, to study under the great teachers like Natajan sir, who was there at the time. Because right now, even my juniors who are there, they do still tell me, sir, आप लोग इतना सारा कैसे पढ़ लिए? हम लोगों का तो एमबीबीएस में ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं। वी आर नॉट श्योर कि हम लोगों का तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्या होता है, पेशेंट्स का नाम लेना नहीं होता है, पेशेंट्स का नाम याद रखना होता है, चीजें याद रखनी पड़ती हैं। यू शुड ट्रीट देम एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग फर्स्ट। ऐसी कुछ चीजें हम लोगों को अलग से बताई नहीं गई कभी, हम लोग कभी उसके बारे में सोचते भी नहीं।
That's what KEM was. KEM because of our teachers, our batchmates, our seniors, our
Yes.
juniors, and
Right,
that
right.
is what made KEM, the way it was. We were lucky to get that. Someone else, others who have not spoken, Nishant,
निशान,
how have you been? Great, great. He
Hi
looks so
guys,
good.
it's been a long time seeing you guys.
Oh, Nishan,
वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम।
Gabbar Singh.
Everyone
Hi.
is still there, except Spandan, I think.
Yes, yes. Spandan is same. Spandan is like that statue in front of that main lift ka building na. What, I don't know the
Shirvalkar.
name of that person,
Shirvalkar,
but
right?
nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Nishant, where are you working now?
Yeah, I got motivated with neuroanatomy in my first year, so I was so oriented towards neuro and all. So I ended up taking neurosurgery.
Nice, nice.
I'm
Hey,
at
you are in
Bangalore
Nimas,
now.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
finished my MCH
yes.
and continuing as post MCH SR. I will
Okay.
be finishing by December and hopefully coming back to KM for serving bond again.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we can have a small reunion again.
Yes, we should plan actually.
Yeah,
Offline
definitely
reunion.
we'll plan.
Right.
It's
Shruti,
been
Pooja,
13 years, I think. We were the batch of June 2011. Yeah.
11.
September 2011.
First August.
September.
First
First,
August.
September.
First
sorry,
August.
August. Sorry, August.
That date
First
cannot be
August.
forgotten.
1st August. And it
Yeah,
was raining,
first.
First
like
date.
anything crazy.
Yeah, it was raining like anything.
Right.
I remember very fondly remember the first lecture, like the introductory lecture that we Sanjay Oak sir, and
Yes, yes.
that was one of the most motivational,
Oh,
mesmerizing lectures that I have ever heard in my life.
yeah, yeah.
That person could hold on to you. You could not bat an eye while listening to him, and it has always been that way. Again, I had to interview him for another magazine article, and I was starstruck. Is the word. That person, he's
Fantastic lecture.
persona. He's
Yeah.
amazing persona. You do get starstruck when you're
I
a
I
sir.
I remember he told
I
us to sit
remember
on the
that
steps
guy.
because all the great people had sit on those steps, and now you can sit too.
True.
Because we were late and there was
I
no
Oh,
space.
remember that line
And
from.
he had told us कि तू
Right.
बैठ जाओ यहाँ पे. हाँ.
I remember a person was trying to announce his degrees before he came on stage, and they
Yeah,
just kept
they were
on
just
going. It
playing.
was 10 minutes. They were just telling his degrees, and everybody was like, "Hey, sir, kaise hai? Kab aayenge?"
वो लेक्चर मतलब पूरा मुन्ना भाई एमबीबीएस का वो फर्स्ट दिन से इंट्रोडक्टरी लेक्चर था ना, वैसे ही हो गया था ऑलमोस्ट पूरे वाइब्स.
Definitely, definitely. I mean that
First,
he was an amazing personality. He could just hold
Yeah, that's true.
he could hold a crowd of thousands and nobody, would bat an eye while listening to him. He had that power, in him to you could just get glued to his lecture and not get bored or not even, think about winking. He used to be like, यार सर का लेक्चर है ये तो सुनना ही पड़ेगा मतलब ये कुछ तो नया होगा कुछ तो बहुत अच्छा होगा और ये तो सुनना ही है बैठ के.
Can even remember, जैसे ऐश्वर्या बता रही थी, we had censored and uncensored movies during Avishkar. During one of those uncensored movies, Oak sir came, saw whatever was happening on the screen. He saw us. He just said, "Okay, good night," and he just left. We were definitely thinking, "अभी तो हमारी बैंड बजी, सर 12 बजाएंगे," but he was so cool.
You
Lectures,
remember
yeah.
watching the cricket matches in the this or what?
एमएलटी
Commonly screened cricket matches.
Yes.
एमएलटी में
Best
वो तो
experience.
मेन बॉयज हॉस्टल में भी
अरे
था
बाप.
ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे टीवी रूम.
Main was
हाँ.
yes, yes.
Main boys hostel.
Shou-
और वो मेन बॉयज हॉस्टल
a
का
small
नीलेश का
shout
कैंटीन.
out to Nilesh ka canteen, Nilesh and Appa. Appa ka anda
The
poha.
canteen.
Small
अंडा
shout
पोहा.
out to Appa ka anda poha and those evening breaks. And I still remember like even those helpers with Appa, I remember their faces also very clearly. Like it was a ritual, every evening ritual, every evening ritual. And then there was this another Anna who was there in that where that metro
girls
station
hostel.
happened, na, that
Yes, yes,
girls
yes.
hostel, girls
Girls
hostel, man.
hostel that
And
became boys
later on
hostel
that
later on.
opened up. Yes, that became the
Yeah.
boys hostel later on. Yes, yes, yes. Fantastic. Yeah.
I remember the girls who used to stay there telling us that was a big loss for them because he used to make good food.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that first year was the fun. I remember Gaikwad sir, Cunningham का है तुम्हारा. First
Without
year
cutting,
में.
I'm no.
Well, Cunningham.
Harish
I
Gaikwad
was
sir,
Into the
Harish
dissection hall.
Gaikwad sir used to literally do this ritual wherein he used to search you out कि Cunningham है, डिटेक्शन बॉक्स है, ग्लव्स है तो ही अंदर आना है वरना अंदर ही मत आओ. एनाटॉमी डिसेक्शन हॉल के अंदर ही मत आओ.
वो भी वो दूसरा दो दरवाजे थे ना उसके, तो पहले लोग अंदर के पास करते थे बाहर.
So I remember this one thing I had done, a couple of things from my Anatka days, and it was I wanted to take a memoir from the dissection table. So now you can't just take any part, right? Like you can't just take any part, that would be so wrong. So after a lot of months of thinking, what I did was I took the plantaris tendon. I took the plantaris tendon home.
Okay.
And
I
then
had ossicles,
afterwards,
man. Ear ossicles I had. I had
and
ossicles.
after that, I was like, "Hey, yes, I have done it." After that, I kept it in the I later on discarded it, but then I had done that. And there was this one time where there was, I remember the Anatka tutors very vividly. I remember everyone. Pankaj sir was there,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes, yes.
I
there's
happened to meet Pankaj
what was
sir a
that,
couple
ma'am?
of times again after that. He's still in Mumbai and
Yes, yes,
after
yes,
anatomy he's
yes, yes. He's
ortho.
practicing ortho.
Yes,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah, yeah,
practicing
yeah,
around Andheri. So I happened to meet
yeah.
sir again a few times.
During that
I
time, I think
remember
few of
this
us.
Rachita Malvatkar Bhayekar,
Yes,
then
yes.
Anjali
Those,
Telang, Anjali
yes, yes.
Oak, all
Anjali
of those.
ma'am.
I
Oh
remember
my God.
all those faces, ma'am. Yeah, those, and I remember standing in two rows, just to see that. Like
Ha, ha,
people
ha.
behind used to stand on stools just to
Stools.
see what they were
Yes.
explaining and all.
Yeah.
Like there was so much crowd around that table. It was like wow, those were the days, man. Those were the days.
That's
Similarly,
true. That's true.
in final year, third and final year, we used to go to Wadia for Purandare sir's lectures. ऐसे
Yes.
crowd ऐसे जाता था कि पुरंदरे सर आ रहे
हाँ.
करके कि जाते हैं है ना.
Another
It was a
thing
fun
that I
day.
remember are the khufia clinics that used to happen in
Khufia
surgery.
clinics. Oh my God,
The
that
In the
surgery,
evenings.
the surgery SRs used to take our khufia clinics wherein
Malav was there, I think.
Malam
मेरे को
sir,
एक-
Malam
Yes,
Modi
yes,
sir,
yes.
yes,
Malav Modi, yes.
Malam Modi sir.
Hey, there was another thing happening in the hostels. I think people were closing the doors, putting something on the door so that lights are not going out, and they were studying under torch lights. किसी ने देखा था
Can
वो?
I interrupt,
I
please? Excuse me.
yes, Dr.
That was
Natarajan,
the
please.
original time for winding up, but then we had extended by half an hour. Okay, so it's 7:20 now, and
Yes,
there are
sir.
some 10 minutes left by the admin group. Okay,
All right.
there's
Yes,
a
sir.
video to be played. So
Yes.
if you don't mind, you could start a parallel Zoom link and continue further so that more memories you can
Yes,
share.
yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Please excuse us for.
It was fun to hear all your experiences. And now I request tech team to play a video on reflections on medical humanities by Dr. V.L.Kothari.
A very good evening to you all. It is indeed my pleasure to speak about Reflections on Medical Humanities, annual volume published by Dr. Manu V.L.Kothari Chair and Division of Medical Humanities, Gosumec Alumni Association, under the patronage of Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, Dean, St. GS Medical College and KEM Hospital, Mumbai. The first issue of Reflections was published in the year 2019, the theme being History of Medicine Looking Back to Improve the Future. The book comprises invited essays, poems, cartoons, quiz, crossword, and articles which were published before in different medical journals on evolution of branches and development of specialties in healthcare, great personalities and inventions in medicine and healthcare overall. The issue for the year 2020 was based on interpersonal relationships in healthcare. Again, invited essays and cartoons on doctor-patient relationship, doctor-doctor relationship, and medical teacher-student relationship were included. For the year 2021, we chose very apt theme of COVID-19, the human angle. Essays and poems in English, Hindi, Marathi, paintings and photographs contributed by teaching and non-teaching staff and students of St. GS Medical College and KEM Hospital who shared their experiences both on personal and professional fronts during the pandemic. The theme for the year 2022 was literature and medicine. It is a collection of articles, book reviews, and poems in English, Hindi, and Marathi, and also paintings and cartoons related to the theme. Now, for the years 2023 and 24, the proposed theme is Reminiscences, Our Days at St. GS Medical College and KM Hospital. As we move towards the centenary year of our institution, let our fond memories come alive in the form of nostalgic writings about our learnings, not only medicine, but also life lessons that we learned here. Let us talk about our devoted teachers who inculcated values and shaped our lives, priceless friendships which we cherish lifelong. Our writings will instill a feeling of pride and a sense of belonging in all of us, the readers of the book. We, as well as the future generations of students, will understand the power and beauty of expression and reflections. We will be enlightened about the history and glory of our institutions, past students who have contributed to the welfare of the society, and the role model teachers and mentors. We know, irrespective of the generation, we are bound by a common bond of being GSites. However, we also need to accept and adapt to changes which are inevitable following technological advances and societal transformations. At the same time, the students will learn that even though the changes are occurring, the humanitarian values and principles of ethics are unchanging. Hence, we appeal that the reminiscence and nostalgic memories shared on this platform of virtual reunions be expressed in the form of writings to be included in our next issue of Reflections. I, Dr. Swarupa Bhagwat, Editor Reflections and Associate Professor, Department of Transfusion Medicine at this institution, will be privileged to connect with the individual batch coordinators for sharing more details regarding the same. Thank you very much.
Now I request the tech team to play the video message sent to us by Dr. Kothari.
Welcome to the esteemed alumni of our twin institute, St. GS Medical College and KEM Hospital. I am Vinita Puri. I am the professor and head of the Department of Plastic Surgery here at KEM Hospital. I have been at GS and KEM for the last it's almost 30 years now. Today, I'm speaking to you on the occasion of our upcoming centenary celebrations. I think this is the biggest celebration of the century, and our dean, Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, and the faculty under her direct supervision are working to make this event one of the best possible that we can. The role of alumni, the super seniors, seniors, and the young alumni is very important for any institute, and we look forward to your contributions and your thoughts of this festival. The Dean and all the faculty at St. GS Medical College and KEM Hospital look forward to your contributions. Namaste.
Now, we would like to thank our Dean, Dr. Sangeeta Rawat Ma'am, and Academic Dean, Dr. Pathak Sir, for the continued support and encouragement. We thank the Gosumec Alumni Association for administrative support for correspondence and financial transactions of Dr.M.V.L.Kothari Chair and Division of Medical Humanities. We thank Mr. Tushar and Mr. Badal for audiovisual and technical support, Mr. Maitre for the video recordings. Last but not the least, a big thank you to all the batch for their enthusiastic participation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now the link will be disconnected. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Natarajan sir, for the wonderful
Thank
opportunity.
you so much, sir.
Wonderful, natural.
Thank you so much, sir, for the amazing initiative you have been taking to bring everyone back together. We really appreciate it.